So I'm 35 and have zero friends, and let's talk about it because I know that there's people out there that will hear that and will be like, dun dun dun, red flag, and that's fine. I really, in the nicest possible way, could not care less, but that's fine. But let's talk about it because I know that having zero friends is somewhat seen as someone that maybe has an inability to make friends, an inability to get along with people. Maybe that these are the things that are piquing the red flag card. But for me, I would rather have zero friends than 2 or 3 friends that don't add quality to my life. And I'm saying that in the nicest possible way. I think there's a lot of us out there that may have friends to equate to a certain amount so they can count how many friends they've got. And I'm not saying this is for everyone, but there are people out there that if they really looked within and looked around and really, really understood themselves, learn more about themselves, what they like, what they don't like, I think you would find that there'll be a lot more people with zero friends if they really looked around. And I mean, I could have 5 friends tomorrow if I really wanted to. Okay, let me get 5 friends tomorrow. Does that make me more acceptable within society? Am I a green flag now because I've got 5 friends? But do we ever look at the quality of those friends that we have around us? Okay, we're looking at the quantity, but are we looking at the quality of that quantity, if you know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily mean that the more that we have, the more happy we're going to be, the more quality of life is going to be higher. I don't agree with that. I've had friends before, and lots, and it did not provide me with any form of, let me just say, they provided me with a phase of life which I'm very happy for, and every person I've come into contact with, I haven't really had a bad experience. It's just me having zero friends. I feel like my quality of life has actually improved. Having friends is, we need to define what a friend is though, because everyone's definition of friend is very different. So when we just say red card because you've got zero friends, we need to kind of define what a friend is, because we all have a different definition of a friend. But a friend for me is someone that, I can really go to with anything in a sense, and know that whatever I'm going to go with, they're fully going to be there and provide me with the best advice that they can give, come from an authentic, healed place, without jealousy, without envy, without them putting themselves and what they need first before that they can give you what they need to give you as a friend. And I think, and I'm saying this in the nicest possible way, but it's when you haven't fully, and I'm not saying I'm the most healed person, but I've done a lot of work on myself over the last 10 years. I think it mainly comes from coming from a narcissistic mother, but I've done a lot of healing on myself. And I think what I've learned along the way is, and living by myself, spending a lot of time by myself the last few years, is once you become more in tune with yourself, less concerned with the societal norms, less concerned with what other people think, I think you'll find there's a lot of people that'll be happy to have zero friends or to have less friends. And I think the more healed you become, the less friends you have. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my thought, that's my process, that's my opinion. I honestly feel the more healed you become, the need for having lots of friends diminishes, because you realize in order to keep your peace, in order to keep yourself, your authenticity, who you are. You don't need that external validation. You don't need it. Because you've done work within yourself, you realize, actually, I'm going to trust my own instinct. I'm going to trust my own direction. I'm going to trust my own path, my own dreams, my own aspirations. I don't need that external validation from others, which often can be mixed with a bit of jealousy, with a bit of this, with a bit of that. And it's not necessarily other people's fault. It's they've been conditioned in society to have that competitiveness. Maybe, I don't know, with women, to have those, jealousy and things like that, don't tell that woman she looks good. Don't tell her don't tell her, the amazing qualities this woman has or someone has about themselves, because it puts me in a less, it makes me less than, and it comes from a place of maybe less than, and it's not, I wouldn't even be like, it's not necessarily their fault. They've just not come to a place yet where they've managed to overcome the material, the societal norms, the pressures that society gives, and I think once you become more healed, you realize actually those things are very insignificant to the bigger picture here of what life is. And I think life is about having peace. Peace is a luxury. It's not something that everyone has access to, And in order to have your peace, it's not just about, choosing. You have to consciously choose things to have peace, You have to make a choice. You have to rely on yourself, your gut instinct. You have to rely on, actually, I don't think this person that's in my circle is best for me for this phase of life that I'm in. And if this means right now I have 0 friends, then you have 0 friends. And if that's a red flag, then let them think that's a red flag. That's not your issue. If someone thinks you're a red flag because you've got 0 friends, that's not your issue. It's an issue with them and what society has told them is what a red flag and a green flag is, okay? They didn't come up with this concept. It's society, okay? So when you branch out and you want to be an individual, unique, you want to be lead a path of peace, and you've chosen that path, that's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I mean, why are we so concerned with how many friends, like 1 friend, 2 friend? If you find yourself with more peace in your life and you are happy with 0 friends, then be happy. Be happy. I don't see what the big problem is. We're not all created in this world to be extroverts and to have loads of friends, I am not an extrovert. I've definitely always been an introvert. I've not found it hard to make, I say I've not found it hard to make friends, but I think anyone can make friends, but I'm talking about like a deep friendship, someone where you can really have that person, and that takes a lot of time. But I think the people that I had around me before was a very unhealed, lost person of myself. So I attracted these kind of people around me. And I'm not saying these people were fake or whatever, but they were just living in their truth of what they were at that time as well. And that's why we aligned. But at this point in my truth and my journey, I'm a much more evolved human being. I know myself a lot more. And at this point, I have 0 friends. And so you may be at that point. And the healing journey can be a solo journey. And, that's fine. That is fine. Does not mean that you can't get on with people. I love people, actually. I have nothing wrong with people. I can communicate very well with people. I can listen to people. I can do all these things with people. That's not an issue. I think when we think about friends, we need to ask ourselves, why are we just allowing just any friend into our life? We wouldn't you wouldn't do that with just certain things. Like when people talk about choosing your husband, you don't just choose anyone to be your husband. You've thought about it. So why are we just settling with friends? They're going to be a big part of your life, right? They're going to have a lot of influence in your life. So why are we just settling to just have any friend so we can go and have a drink with them or whatever, and they can give us, they've got the power to give us advice and this, and we can take on that advice and be very much influenced by that. And so if you're going to be influenced by that, you have to choose a friend that you feel that is going to add to your life. And if you haven't found that, your vibe, your tribe, your people yet, that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't mean that you're never going to find that friend. That friend could unexpectedly just happen and arrive in your life, okay? And if you've been there, please comment below. Maybe you've just been out and you've just met someone, just doing something that you love on the path that you are, on the journey that you are, and you've just met that person. You've met that friend. Maybe you meet that person in your 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Doesn't matter, okay? What matters is that you are at peace, okay? And whatever brings you your peace, that's what brings you your peace, And we have to understand that it's a very courageous step to say that you have 0 friends, and to be honest with yourself and say that, because it's not the norm. It's going against the norm of what society expects, and that is fine, But I would rather be a person with 0 friends than a person with 5 friends that really may be fake and nothing aligned to what I want to do, and are giving me maybe the wrong advice, or doing things that don't align with what I want to do. I'd rather have 0 friends. 0 friends, have 0 jealousy, 0 envy, 0 distractions. I can do what I want to do, when I want to do, with the advice I want to do, trust myself, my instinct, and that's what 0 friends actually do. It gives you a space to realize that actually you can trust yourself. You can trust yourself and look in the mirror and be like, damn, this outfit is good. And I have the faith and trust in myself to know that I look good. I don't need a second opinion from everyone all the time. I don't need to rely on so many people all the time. I don't need to be so codependent on friends all the time, because unfortunately people don't always have the best interest for you, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's just a subconscious programming that sometimes has been done. Now, I'm not saying friends are not good, by the way. We are human beings. We are ones that need connection. We need human connection is important. And I think it's amazing if women and men have their group that really are there for each other, really, are supporting each other, giving themselves good advice. And you will feel that if you've got a friend like that. And if you do have a friend like that, well, then you cherish that friend. You show up for that friend. You cherish that moment, and those friends. Cherish that moment and those friends. And, if they are that friend, they will come back around. But sometimes you just need a space. Sometimes you need that space by yourself. Sometimes you need a breathing. Sometimes you need that space just to revert, go back to yourself. And that means right now you have 0 friends, then you have 0 friends. Okay? But this whole idea that you're a bad person, that you lack this, you lack that, I think it's totally wrong. I think it's just a mindset that you've adopted from society. I don't think it reflects anything. The quantity of the number of friends that you have does not reflect or equate to the kind of person you are at all. I don't think it's fair to say that if you've got 0 friends, then you're instantly less than, and you're not. And I'm letting you know you're not. And, I'm definitely in a phase where I'm open to friendships. I'm open to that. And I'm going to start actively trying to go to things that I love more, things that I enjoy. And I just let it flow naturally, and it will come naturally. And as I said, the 0 friends thing, has made me realize that I can rely on myself a lot more on things. And in a sense, the ability to have that space to be by myself, to grow, to learn, don't need the external validation, don't need to follow society, I don't need to do all those things. I will become a better friend for someone. I will become a better friend because I've learned a lot of things. I don't need to people please. I've got better boundaries. I've known myself better. I think I'll become a better listener. I'll become a better friend for someone. I feel like I have a lot more patience. I have a lot more, I have a lot more to give, I think, as a friend as well, because I've taken a step back to learn more about myself as a person. And so I can give more as a friend, I believe. And hopefully someone can give me that. And I look forward to that day. So all you ladies, all you men out there as well, just know if you've got 0 friends, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. Don't stress yourself out. You're not a bad person, okay? Anyway, I'm going. And just know you have a friend in me right here. So you do have a friend, and I've got a friend in you. So please comment below and let me know if this kind of related to you in some way, or, you kind of agree or don't agree. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, this is Nana. This is the Nana journey. Bye-bye.